You're watching Saturday Anime on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Greetings, this is Reverend Paul, and this is Raw. At the moment, I'm working on a couple of longer videos, so in the meantime, I thought it would be kind of cool to give you my quick thoughts on Star Wars Visions. Star Wars Visions is an anime anthology series that came out in September of 2021. It's basically the Star Wars version of the Animatrix, where it is 9 separate stories produced by 7 different Japanese animation studios. Now, I thought it would be pretty easy to kind of breeze through this show and tell you what I thought my favorite episode was. But the truth is, picking a favorite episode proved to be much harder than I thought. Overall, I thought Star Wars Visions was really cool. Overall, I think I might even like it better than the Animatrix. I feel like Star Wars Visions is more consistently fun and interesting. I guess if I need to pick a favorite episode, the 2 episodes that really stand out to me are The Twins and Lapin Ocho. What's interesting about Star Wars Visions is that, with the exception of like one episode, pretty much every single episode in this series ends with a lightsaber duel. And a lot of these episodes are covering like the main Star Wars themes. Good and evil, the light side and the dark side of the Force, the idea of systematic forces ripping families apart. Somebody has to say I have a bad feeling about this. Somebody's going to use their Force powers to stop a blaster shot. There are a lot of recurring themes and motifs, and I feel like the 2 episodes that make the best use of these tropes is Lapin Ocho and The Twins. The Twins was produced by Studio Trigger, and it was directed by Hiroyuki Imaishi. And this episode is basically Kill la Kill in Star Wars form. Kare and Am are basically Satsuki and Ryoko. I think The Twins has the best action out of the entire series. And what I really respect about Hiroyuki Imaishi is that he is a man who is dedicated to fan service. Even in this Disney Plus show, even in this Disney-fied version of Kill la Kill, Imaishi still managed to sneak in some fan service where we get a quick shot of Am's boobs as her costume blows off. That's pretty fucking awesome. I think Am might be my favorite character in all of Star Wars Visions. I am always down for a female version of an existing character, and Am is like a sexy Darth Vader. She is very cool. And she has the coolest weapons of all, which is tentacle lightsabers. This is everything I never knew I wanted. I think everybody knows that Studio Trigger is known for their ridiculous and over-the-top action, and The Twins certainly delivers. I love the epic Kill la Kill camera angles. I think the over-the-top camera angles and the over-the-top action really works well with the melodrama of Star Wars. And I really like the fact that this episode has this kind of flat graphic feel, and even this opening sequence with Am and her C-3PO friend. This scene looks great, and I love the fact that it has this 1970s animated Star Wars feel. And in addition to having great action, The Twins is an episode about duality. Am and Kare are brother and sister, and they are representations for both the light and the dark side of the Force. They're essentially 2 sides of the same coin. Light and dark, yin and yang. Kare has an R2 unit, Am has a C-3PO. They are polar opposites that are in conflict with each other, and it seems like the only way to resolve that conflict is by the 2 coming together and finding balance between the 2 sides. I really like this episode. I think it's a cool episode. The other episode I really like is Lapin Ocho, that was directed by Yuki Igarashi, and it was produced by Gaino Studio. What I like about this episode is that I feel like out of all of the episodes in Star Wars Visions, this episode feels the most like a fully fleshed out movie. And it really captures the ideas of Star Wars very well. The ideas of family and the ideas of the light and the dark side of the Force tearing that family apart. I think Lapin Ocho is the Star Wars Visions episode with the most heart. I really love this episode because it is an episode that is about family, and it is about defining a family as merely the people who love you. It doesn't matter if you're related or a different species. People, no matter how different, can come together. Anybody can be part of your family. Lop is an orphan character that doesn't have a family. Then Ocho and her family adopt Lop, and Ocho's family shares their love with Lop. And then when that love dies, when the love between Ocho and her dad dies, Lop takes it upon herself to try to give back the love that they gave her, to save that family. I thought this was a really beautiful story. I thought it was really great. I was moved to tears by it. I like the character design of Lop. She looks like if Klonoa knew a really badass bunny Jedi chick. I also really love the design of Ocho at the end of the episode, where she's got that 1970s Star Wars outfit on. 1970s Star Wars costumes just work well in anime form. You feel like you're watching something out of Gundam or something. We need to see more of this. The 70s costume designs need to come back to anime. In addition to directing Lapin Ocho, Yuki Igarashi also did the character designs, and I hope he does more character designs. I'm looking forward to seeing more artwork from him. But Lapin Ocho, I thought was a really cool episode. That and the twins. And if you're going to give any episodes of Star Wars Visions a chance, I would recommend checking out those episodes. I think they're very cool. Honorable mentions go to Tatooine Rhapsody and TOB1. I thought those episodes were pretty cool too. TOB1 I think has a really great style. The problem with TOB1, the reason I don't include it in my favorite episodes, even though I think it's a good episode, the problem I feel with TOB1 is I feel like the style, which looks great, it has this great like classic Asimov-esque look, but I feel like all the heart of that episode comes from the style and not necessarily the story that they're telling. In other words, I feel like I had a lot of sympathy for TOB1, but it wasn't necessarily because he was well written. It was more because he reminded me of Astro Boy. So that prevents me from kind of giving it a full recommendation, but I do like TOB1, and I did like Tatooine Rhapsody. I thought that was a fun story. It's the only episode of Star Wars Visions that's not overly action heavy, and what I love about Tatooine Rhapsody is that it is a cheesy story about people who save the day with the power of music. Tatooine Rhapsody also has some more very cool 1970s Star Wars anime designs. We get to see this very cool 1970s chibi Boba Fett that looks very cool. He's badass and adorable. You don't know whether to hug him or be freaked out by him. But anyway, with that said, those are my quick thoughts on Star Wars Visions. No mailbag this week. I'll get to that another time. So with that said, I want to thank you for checking out the video, and this is Reverend Paul saying until we meet again.